Hello. Just trying to find a good spot for you guys to live because the lights are kind of, whatever, are kind of crazy. Hello. How's everybody doing today? There we go. That's better. How's everybody's doing today as we get ready for Christmas? Christmas is upon us. I am just doing an assembly line as I finish off the Christmas awards at work here. Freshly 3D printed off the 3D printing line. So I'm just cleaning them up and then putting some magnets in the back. So that's what we're doing. Really quick today, just thought I'd come on, hop on, see if anybody is out there. I'm gonna put this in a pile, save it for post 3D printing reuse, I guess, or reuse, recycle, whatever that old adage was back from 1994 when they invented recycling. I remember how excited we were. We were gonna save the world with recycling. We had it all ready. It's a bright time, ready to go. Noticing my glasses are only for far away viewing these days. Let's see if we can get that lump in the middle. Observe good toque etiquette. How's everybody out there for Christmas time? I just saw my cousins yesterday. They were in Toronto. Surprise! A nice little surprise visit. They never know where I'm gonna be. I never know where I'm gonna be. So I happened to see they were visiting and I said, oh my goodness, let's get together. I haven't seen some of them in like 6 years, so it's a very impromptu get together. My family's a little all over the place, so it's kind of hard to get everybody together, but it's nice to try and make an effort. Oh, hi, Adam. Welcome. Good to see you. How are you today? Welcome. I'm just working on these 3D printed Alexandria Tesla. All right. Yeah, just reflecting on the holidays, seeing some families. Got to see some cousins yesterday. Totally random, impromptu visit, but I'll take it. Because the older you get, the harder it is to get together, especially if you live far away from each other, which we all do. So cold. Oh yeah, how cold is it? It's kind of warm here today, even though I'm wearing a toque and all sorts of stuff. It's cold inside, but outside, it's not as cold. It's like +4 degrees outside. So it's not too, I imagine it's warmer there, but cold, if you know what I mean. So it's cold in the studio though, and in my office. It's very chilly. Ta-da! Getting there. We got a full assembly line we got to finish before Christmas, so thank you for joining me on my assembly line building. Well, we reflect on this year. It's interesting. All my family lives really far away. I just found an old video of my cousin getting married in 2011. No, 10. 2010. You need some marketing for your company. Yes, I need some marketing from my marketing company. True. There's not enough hours in the day. Tell me about it. Ugh. Unless you mean TSC, that's a different company. That's not my company. That's a company I graciously work for. But I would not call it mine. Unlike some people. Oh. Anyway. But yeah, just my cousins were in town yesterday. My one cousin lives up in Ottawa, so she drove down to Toronto. And my other cousin lives in Alabama, in America. So he drove up from there, which I'm sure is a very, very far drive. I think 20 hours or something like that. So we kind of made the effort to go downtown. It was funny. What time is it in Toronto? It is almost 3 p.m. Nearly 3 p.m. So I'm cutting it close here to finish these guys off because we're almost at we're on Christmas Eve tonight right now. Christmas Eve. So you got the lunch. I do got the lunch. I ate some grapes. I ate a whole bunch of chocolate because it's Christmas time, and you know I was trying to stay balanced in my food intake, but you know we're so close to Christmas at this point that my food intake is now Christmas food. So I hope everyone likes chocolate and cheese, because that's what I'm eating for the next week or so. But that's fine. Might have a glass of wine in there as well. I don't know. We'll see. We're getting kind of old. Like it's not. So I saw my cousin yesterday, as I was saying, and she got up off the couch where she was like waiting for me. She stood up. She's like, "Hey!" And her knee gave out, and she was like, "Ah!" And I'm like, "Oh my God, how do we get so old?" What's up? I'm making. I got an assembly line going on here, so I thought I would hang out with you guys while I do this, cause it's really boring. It's really tedious and boring to do all by myself, so I needed some company, and everybody else is running around and I'm doing this, and like if I had a green hat I would be an elf right now. Enjoying religious holidays ain't just for religious people. Let that sink in. Hey man, I enjoy all religious holidays. I was wishing a bunch of friends happy Hanukkah, and they were like, "Are you Jewish?" And I was like, "No, I just enjoy all religious holidays." And we're not religious. Also, like, happy Diwali. Whatever. I don't know. Happy Samhain. Happy solstice. Happy Yuletide. There's a lot going on right now. So, I mean, there's a lot of religions too. But I'm not religious. I am in there. Culturally, we do observe Christian tradition. You know why I think we observe Christian traditions? I think we do because that's when we get time off work. And that's it. Well, most people get time. I do not. I am the holiday person, so it doesn't matter. It could be, I can make up my own holiday. I heard there was a spaghetti monster religion. That sounded pretty cool. But I don't really follow. I don't observe any religion. I observe them from a culture junkie fascination sort of aspect. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. So, happy holidays out there, whatever you're celebrating. I know Hanukkah just finished yesterday, right along with the solstice. So what up, my pagans? Whoop, whoop. So paganism is really cool because it goes with like the air and the moon. How many green things left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. It's 11 and a half. Let's do that. Yeah, paganism seems pretty cool. I'm not, I like rocks and stuff, but I don't like it that much. Like, there's a lot of getting up in the middle of the night to like energize your crystals. And I'm not doing that, so. But more power to you if you want to do that. I know all about it. This would be ending in an eternity. Yeah, you're right. It is. I think I'm going to go for like a half an hour, but this is going to take me longer than a half an hour, unfortunately, because I got to like, not only do I have to like clean this up, but I have to put the magnets in the bag, some rare earth magnets, so it'll stick to the item of your choice. So it's going to take me a while. I don't know. We'll see how long. I may get interrupted. I don't know. I do need to put the lights down in the home set because the lights are up and that's not good. But yeah, what are you doing for this? Whether you're religious or not, doesn't matter. You probably got time off work. I do not, so I'll be here. I'll be here working away over the holiday. But thank you for joining me, keeping me company. I did not mean to spit rhymes, as the kids say. I want to break it. They're pretty sturdy though. So yeah, are you celebrating? Are you at home? Are you visiting anybody? You get time off work? Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. It's funny because I'm at work and I'm talking to everybody. And they're like, I'm like, what are you doing for the holidays? And they're like, oh, I'm here. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Me too. Do I listen to rap? No, not really. Maybe more than some, but not as much as others. I know I was like in Whistler years ago, and I was talking to these Aussies, and they're like, there's so much rap here. Why is there so much rap here? And I'm like, because like they rap in North America, like a lot. So there's a lot of rap here. So they were indignant about the amount of rap there was in North America. And I was just like, but this is where the rap comes from, mostly. Not now. Now, that was years and years and years. Rap? Do you listen to rap? That's how my mom says rap. Rap? I'm like, wait, why do you suddenly have an accent, Mom? What's going on? For my holiday plans, I will visit my grandma. Well, that's nice. I'm sure your grandma will love that. My grandma, whenever I visited her, was like, you never visit me. And I'm like, I'm literally visiting you right now. So my grandma was, she was a redhead, so a spitfire. An interesting lady. She was not a Typical grandma, but that's okay. We love her. She was amazing. She lived to 95 years old. She went down kicking and screaming. Not literally. She was laughing the whole time. So she was having a good time. I think she enjoyed the end half of her life. So, but yeah, she was an interesting lady. I miss my grams. And the older I get, the more I can relate to her, I don't know, general kookiness. She was a patriot. Is that a patriot? She was a patriot bet. Haha. I guess. She was a seamstress more than anything. She was a seamstress. Terrible cook. Down in history. Worst cook ever. Everyone's like, oh, just like grandma's home cooking. You're like, no, that's not good. Grandma's cooking was not good. She had other talents. That's why it takes a village. It takes a village. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 more. This is taking way longer than I was hoping it would. But yeah, it's holiday time. Hanging out with all the fam jams, if you're lucky enough to have fam jams that you hang out with and you like, and you know, maybe get some time off work, all that stuff. But yeah, it was weird. It was weird seeing my cousins. Oh, hey, on the fly. Play some music. It would help to finish early. That is true. It would. But then I think I would also get distracted and be like, all I want for Christmas is you. See, I already got distracted. And I'd be like, what do I listen to? I gotta say, one of the things I very much like to listen to is the Funk Hunters 2015 Shambhala music set. Even though there's a lot of ads in that mix, which is kind of annoying, I highly suggest the Funk Hunters 2015 Shambhala music set. So good. Mwah. Like, really good mix. I can do work to that one all day long. And I have indeed. I was gonna shoot some content with some of my coworkers today, but you know, when people, they just want to be invited. They just want to be invited. They're like, oh my God, I saw you did it with somebody else. I want to do it too. Okay, let's do it. And then they're like, oh, I don't know. They're like, okay, don't worry. Don't worry. We can shoot content. I can shoot content with anybody, anytime, anywhere. Let's go. You know? You're always invited. But then they get shy, or I don't know. Even if they're in front of the camera all the time, it might be outside of their comfort zone, as they say. And, you know, some people have different comfort zones than others. I think the younger people are definitely more like, they know what's up. They know, they're all about shooting content. And it was definitely getting together with my cousins last night was definitely like, oh, we're full adults now. We are not kids anymore at all. in any stretch of the words. Even though we're funny and we like to goof around and we like to make jokes, we're filled with joie de vivre, all that stuff. But we're definitely like middle-aged people now. And, you know, it's a different outlook. It's not bad or good. It's just different. And I think it's good to keep that in your headspace. So that, because, you know, I was talking to a bunch of people on One Live a while ago. And they were like, yeah, blah, 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 when you're watching TV. And they're like, watching TV? Who watches TV? And I was like, oh, yeah, not a lot of people. Not a lot of people watch TV anymore of a certain age. So I realized I was a passé. I made a faux pas. Ma joie de vivre was a little more like joie de vivre. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. But yeah, I think we usually celebrate Christmas by watching Lord of the Rings. So is anybody, raise your hand if you're going to be watching some Lord of the Rings this Christmas. We watched Charlie Brown Christmas last night. I went to bed early though because I was a little tired after seeing my cousins and just being like, oh my God, so happy to see them. So happy to see them. And I think we're gonna watch Lord of the Rings next. And you know what I think? I think some SCTV is gonna be really good for Christmas. Santa Claus went bankrupt. When? When did he go bankrupt? Is this a recent thing? Because I could see 2025 taking Santa Claus down. I could see that. R.I.P. St. Nick, man. But yeah, I think we're going to do Lord of the Rings and SCTV. I think a bunch of, because SCTV has like so many good old Christmas skits. And they're just so funny. If I could go back in time. Bye, Adam. Merry Christmas. You have a good day. Good to see you. Well, good to read you. Anyway. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. If I do not see you, we'll see you next year. But yeah, we're getting down to the end here. We got 3.5 to go. And yeah, we have a special Christmas podcast coming out tomorrow, which is exciting. It's all Christmas music, Christmas themed stuff. So that's dropping, as the kids say. That's dropping tomorrow. And so stay tuned for that. If you like choir music, talk about Daniel Pinkham and Gary Boss and a little bit of Gilbert and Sullivan. And who else? Oh, a little Bach. So yeah, stay tuned for some music on our Culture Junkie podcast tomorrow. Oh, honey, can you pick up some penne too while you're out? I think we have some at home, but we could use more. We could use some more penne. Or whatever. If you haven't already done it. I don't think it's like the end of the world. Please pick up some penne pasta. So we can have some pasta tonight. Thank you. Cheers. Anyway, if anybody could suggest a good Christmas show. We've already seen the Charlie Brown Christmas special. That was special. We're planning on watching Lord of the Rings again, because it's about that time to watch Lord of the Rings again. Thank you. Appreciate it. And let's see, we saw Die Hard, I think it was last year, so maybe we'll take a pass on Die Hard this year. Although everybody at my job is like weirdly like arguing about whether Die Hard's a Christmas movie or not again. I thought this argument had been put to bed. I thought Die Hard is like a Christmas movie. I didn't think that was a question anymore. Are we still arguing about that? Hasn't there been movies made since then? Okay. You know what? I think it might be an annual tradition just to argue about whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. My opinion is if it takes place at Christmas for long enough in the movie, then it's a Christmas movie. Like one Christmas movie that doesn't get enough recognition is a Gina Davis movie from 1992, I believe. Long Kiss Goodnight. I think we need a revival of that movie. Really good movie. Solid spy movie. Gina Davis in her glory days. Highly suggest taking a look at that one. And then, of course, the Family Griswold Christmas is a classic. Although I think I've seen it enough that I might take a break on that one again this year. Because my stepmom really likes watching... what's that one? The Gremlins Christmas. That one's all right. All right, we did it. We got to the end of that part of the assembly line. So we'll just put this somewhere where I won't forget it. I don't know. And then tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Can you believe it? Love Christmas Eve. We got the tree up. We got the lights up. Oh, my news here. Oh, it's after 3. The evening cruise in. I'm just gonna stay in my little hidey hole and hang out with you guys for a little bit. Keep prepping for Christmas here. I'm a little Christmas elf. And I'm gonna try not to glue my fingers together with this situation. So, because I will be sad. So I was talking to my coworker earlier today about the transition from a kid to an adult at Christmas time. And one day, you're suddenly the adult. This is in case I glue my fingers together. I don't like it, but we're here. Okay. So they were saying like, oh, it's like when you go to the family wedding and you're not sitting at the kids' table anymore, and there's no official like thing. Just all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, the kids' table has become the adults' table. Maybe there's a bunch of babies, maybe there's not yet, but when we look around and your grandma and everybody, they're sitting over there and you're at the kids' table and everybody's adults now. So that's been interesting. And then, you know, the older generation kind of passes on. Definitely, I think it's happened a lot quicker right now because of COVID. So everybody's kind of lost a lot of their grandmas and grandpas. That might have still been here. I don't know. And you're lucky if you didn't lose anybody during that time. But now that we're here on the ass end of it, it's kind of like more prevalent to see like the family gatherings, everybody who's left. There's a lot of new faces now. We've got some babies and some little ones. So it's a bittersweet sort of thing, and you know, you can't expect people to be around forever, but it is kind of a thing to see the passing of the generations as they grow up, as you grow up, pass the torch, I guess. And it certainly becomes more prevalent in times like this, like holiday times, everybody getting together, sharing memories. Passing on traditions. And stuff like that. Currently, my tradition is working every holiday, so hopefully one of these days we will be able to get back at it, because for me, it feels just like, I don't know, I've been doing it forever, maybe the last 20 years, so somebody's got to keep the lights on, the Christmas lights. But yeah, today there's no drama. Today was just chill. Just reflecting a little bit with some coworkers about the holidays. Oops, that one is... You don't want to drop these rare earth magnets because I don't even want to get them close to my phone because my phone might fly across the room or something. So you don't want to drop any of them because they will like fly across the room and then just stick to like whatever is magnetic. Whatever. But yeah, is everybody ready for the holidays? Do we have our outfits picked out? Our holiday outfits? I am just finishing off some Christmas presents for people here. So thanks for hanging out with me. while I work on my assembly line on Christmas Eve. Christmas assembly line. Da, 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 da. Christmas Eve. But yeah, we are doing chocolate and cheese for the rest of the year. That's what we're doing. My neighbors dropped off some very nice gift bags filled with chocolate and cheese. So we're good. Good on snacks. Just talking about it makes me hungry though. More cheese. Lactose intolerance, not a good time of year. But it's interesting to see the different traditions from around the world. Since we went to Finland, we've been apprised of a bunch of different traditions that we hadn't heard about in the Scandinavian world, with the crown with the candles on them and stuff like that. That's been really cool. Never been to anything like that. That's the nice thing about the internet, is you get to hear about all sorts of people's like different experiences and different realities from all around the world. And this is no different, let me tell you. But I'm glad you could come on here and hang out with me while I finish off. What do we have? The last of these. How many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're doing good. We're doing good. Now I would boop a little bit in each one, but by the time I got to the end, it would be dry. So there's a method. So one person assembly line over here. Handcrafted. Hopefully I don't glue my hands together, so stay tuned. So yeah, Christmas Eve is tomorrow. And then Thursday is Christmas Day. And then Boxing Day is Friday. So that, I guess that's cool, because most people get like a 4-day weekend. Although I guess this time of year, if you're on holidays, it doesn't really matter. Brad, is that you? Hi. Hi, Brad. Welcome to the assembly line. The pre-Christmas assembly line and just sitting and chatting while I do this. So thank you for keeping me company because no one is here. Brad! Oh my God, every time I see a song about soup, I think about you. I'm like, soup time. So, you know, I got some soup songs that I'm gonna sing. I hope you're doing well. How are you? How is this season? You have to come on our podcast. Brad likes soup. I like soup. Brad, you're still invited to come on our podcast when you get a chance. Okay, I'm just saying. I would love you to come. When you get a chance, no pressure. But how have you been? How has the 2025 year been? Busy, 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 busy? Yes, you have to do it in 2026, please. We would love that. It's just such a good excuse to catch up with so many of our really cool friends who I'm like, how do you not know each other? You know, when you know. I mean, you know all these cool people and you're like, how do you not know each other? So we just hang and talk. Gersavic was on. That was fun. He endorses us, so I appreciate that. But yeah, how's your year been? How's you still at Sportsnet doing the sports, or I don't know, wherever they put you, I'm sure they sure are lucky to have you wherever they have put you. So I know I appreciate you. 100%. 100 P. I am making the shoppies this year. Janine and I, well, Janine is the architect, the grand master or grand mistress, I don't know, whatever. So she's taken to doing 3D printing, which I'm still trying to figure out. Nick, you know our boy Nick, he was on the podcast too, just saying, wink wink. He bequeathed us, Keith and I, a 3D printer. So I have to do that in 2026, is figure out how to 3D print stuff. But this is a Janine 3D printed shoppy. You may remember the shoppies from years gone by. And I think we put a hold on the shoppies during COVID and stuff like that, because, you know, everything was kind of on hold. And so we're trying to bring it back. But these are everybody behind the scenes. These are behind the scenes shoppies. So it's for everybody working in the control room and working, you know, in the lighting grid. That's me. Or the stagers or whatever. Everybody gets a shoppy because you're the best. Good job, everybody. Are you going to the union party there? What are the categories? Gonna be honest, the categories this year are just like, good job. The categories are behind the scenes. The categories are, I appreciate you. So, but yeah, this is just like as far as I know, this is Janine. She would be like, I don't need to be given credit, you know. So she just wants everyone to know that they're appreciated and, you know, good job, all that sort of stuff. So, but I don't think they have like full on categories like in the olden times. Oh, I remember those shoppies. They were interesting. But yeah, these are very official, if you know what I'm saying. Like, appreciative. So here I am the elf, the behind the scenes elf, creating these magical bits of tchotchke for all of those who work BTS over here. And I only have 3 more to go. Yay! So, but I'm glad that you showed up and are hanging out with me and while I finish off my little elf, my stint as Santa's elf, fixing these things up before Christmas. And then what's next? I'm gonna do some power for Curtis Stone, because you know the Curtis Stone is gonna be our Boxing Day, Boxing Day kitchen show. Do you have any plans, Brad? Any Christmas plans? Ooh. Rare earth magnets are no joke. These ones are little though, so I'm wondering if I put them all on my back, would that help? Because you know how like magnets are supposed to help your joints or something? I don't think it works. But, because if it worked, right? Like, I feel like we know when things work real quick. But I don't know, whatever. Just chilling with the family. That's nice. That's nice. It's been a very scambusalato kind of year. It's been very exciting. It's blown by so quickly. There's been some ups, there's been some downs. So it's nice to sort of like finish off the year with some relaxing time. It's nice to see the family. I saw my cousins. I can't believe it's over already. I know. I'm still in September mentally, fully. And I saw my cousins last night, so that was cool. I haven't seen them in like forever. Ooh, one of them I haven't seen in like 6 years. And they have kids now, and I got to meet the kids and everything. So it's like, scambusalato. I said scambusalato, yes. I'm worried next year will be faster. You know what? It is a possibility. It is a possibility. 6 years. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen him in 6 years. 6 years. I remembered because I saw the memory on Facebook of hanging out with my cousin. And it was in 2019. And that was 6 years ago. And then we had COVID and everything went scambusalato. And yeah, so it's not, I mean, he lives in Alabama, so it's kind of hard for him to get up here and whatever. And I certainly don't go down there. This is glue, magnets, there's a lot of sticking. Yeah, it's a bit of a trip. He drove up with the kids to see his parents, my auntie and uncle, and all the kids. They all have cousins and everything. So, that's kind of the priority. It's not me. It's the other kids, the cousins. And so I got to meet the 4-year-old child who I hadn't met yet because I haven't seen them in 6 years. So things had not lined up in 6 years. So we managed to figure it out. You've been to Bama. Yeah, it's definitely not have I been to Alabama specifically? I don't know. I don't think so. I used to live in the States, so I've been all over the States. But we're kind of gonna chill for a while. We're gonna stay up here in Canada, and anyway, I used to live in the States, so I've been all ooh, this is a good tool. I've been all over the States, and I'm happy to be back in Canada. There was a lot of questions. Why don't you move to California and do your career down there, you know? Right? And you know what? I did it in Vancouver. Vancouver is a good place to have a film career. And Toronto's really come up. And I gotta be honest, as a vulnerable young woman, I feel like LA would have eaten me alive. So I feel like I made the right decision to come back to Canada. Seriously. Especially like the more that I see like documentaries coming out, if you know what I'm saying. Like there was a few documentaries that come out that I'm like, wow, I'm glad I did not stay in that zone because so yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you. I'm glad that we got to work together, and I hope we work together again someday. But you know, I just go where the wind blows me. And I appreciate the people who I meet along the way who are awesome like you and the other people who work here at TSC. Yeah. So I feel very, very fortunate, and I definitely like chose to work with some really good people over the years. And yeah, it was interesting. I was doing a interview like years ago, and they're like, what's your definition of success? And I'm like, being around good people and doing something that helps somebody, whatever that is. I think, and that's a very broad definition of success, but I think I could pretty much do anything if I'm doing those two things. So, and you know, the definition of helping somebody can be pretty broad. Like, you know, in our marketing company, we're helping people communicate their business to their customers, you know? I know, yeah, exactly. So TSC is really good for helping communicate, getting people connected with their product and stuff like that, and communicating that, and all the cogs in that bigger wheel. And yes, don't worry, Brad, everybody misses you too. Trust. We all miss you. And yeah, I hope we get to see you at maybe one of the parties or something like that, one of the union parties or something. Are you gonna go to the union party? Because you should. I don't know. I don't even know if it's already happened, because usually it happens in January though, after. I haven't like checked in on that at all. But yeah, that's my definition of success, is being around good people to do helpful things. Good people, helpful things. So later next year, okay. Yep, that's kind of like what they did last year. So we will stand by for party. Yeah, I was at the Cannes Film Festival in 2018. I was at a party, and okay, you remember 2018? I do. Remember what happened in 2018? The Me Too situation all hit it went crazy. So I was at the Cannes Film Festival right after the Me Too thing went off. And so Harvey Weinstein just got like, you know, called out and then blacklisted, I guess. And so I'm at a party with everybody from LA in the business, and they're all freaking out at this party in an LA kind of way. They're all just like, like it was unhinged. And so they're all like front-facing people, like producers, executives. You know, they talk to the people. We're all like Yeah, industry folks. So we're all like below the line, and they were all above the line people at the parties, because you know what I mean, right? Like the schmoozers, and I'm like hanging out, and I can schmooze on a good day. I can schmooze, but whoo, LA gets the prize for schmoozing, like at the top. Anyway, so I'm there, and there's a bunch of people who've just like quit working at the production company that Harvey Weinstein like ran. I can't remember which one it was. Like, I'm sorry. It was probably all of them. He was doing everything, everywhere. Anyway, so everybody was like on edge. It was just like the most fascinating experience. Miramax? Was he's like the head of Miramax guy? Wow. Well, no wonder, because Miramax is like big. Anyway, so I'm at this party because like I don't know how, like I don't even like it was a very interesting experience being at the Cannes Film Festival, like just bouncing around from party to party to party and just being like, who am I talking to? Ah, you know, like, and just standing there, and they were vicious. These people were not nice. They were industry cutthroat. Like, they do not mess around in LA. Like, they will laugh in your face while they're insulting you. So I have to admit, like, after the party, I like went down and had a little cry because it was so harsh. And I was like just there, you know, but the vibe was like so intense. I went to a bunch of other parties after that were not LA parties, and I gotta say, mwah, chef's kiss. Like, everybody else is so chill compared to LA. Like, LA, you do good work, but you are so off the charts. So, like, just intense. So, I don't know, man. Like, I'm glad that I didn't move to LA, because everything I hear about LA, I'm just all like, can we have a little humanity in this pool here a little bit? So I don't know though, but you know, it's not my place to see. As they say, if you don't like it, you can leave. So I did. I left. I went, I'm gonna go. The Finnish party was really good. They were cool. Come to Finland. They just shot a film that's supposed to be in Minnesota. They shot that in Finland because you get such a good price for shooting out there. What other parties did I go to? You know, I went to this one party, and there were these two guys sitting in the corner, and I was exhausted from schmoozing at that point. And they were just chilling in the corner, and I sat next to them, and I had a good chat with them. I wish I kind of, like, but I just was, like, so over it at that point, and I didn't even get their cards to, like, keep in contact with them, and I wish I had, because they were just such cool dudes. And they worked in sound, so they were, like, interesting. Not that nobody's not interesting, but you know what I mean? Like, they were outliers in the schmoozing party, but they were not schmoozing at all. They were just like, I don't know why we're here. So it wasn't all bad. It was intense. But yeah, you know, like, and that's what I think about when somebody asks me, what is your version of success? I think about that party and Cannes Film Festival with all these successful people, and just like how not nice they were and how cutthroat they were. And like, I get it, you have to be a certain type of ambitious, but like, we don't have to be cutthroat. So anyway, there's enough productions out there, I think, that you can find your people. Definitely an experience, and an experience I cherish, even though I did have a little cry after. It's fine. I sucked it up, but it was mostly due to like being overstimulated and overwhelmed, and you know, being in a situation that is like intense. So I certainly am not unhappy I had that experience, but just like anything, yeah, lack of soup, definitely lack of soup. But yeah, like anything, it was just like, I'm glad that it was there, but I'm glad also I don't have to do that all the time, basically. I feel like that at most parties, honestly. Like most parties are super, even though I'm like probably one of the loudest people at the party and the most like sparkly. It's nice to come out in your sparkle outfit and like do your party thing. But yeah, again, that's what I think about. I think about that when I think about LA, and I think about, you know, what is success. And I think you just have to love what you do. So I think we're having another round of, what are those children called? Interns. We're having another round of interns here. So I like to try and give them whatever wisdom that I have got. So I feel like that party, even though it was a little tough and a little intense and not really my vibe, I certainly learned a lot, and I can pass it on to people. So, and try and like help them with their career journey. And I'm, you know, very happy where I've ended up with all these good people doing good stuff. So can't complain. But yeah, definitely happy that I went out there. It was an experience. Anyway, speaking of work, I am now done all of my wonderful shoppies. Thank you. And I must go to continue doing my other tasks for the day. But I am so happy that you got to hang out with me for this time. And I hope to see you again. Bye. We'll see you next time we go live. And please, you know, like and subscribe if you're not already liked and subscribed. People out there in the world. I know, Brad, you're probably you're on board. You're on board. But we got a Christmas podcast dropping tomorrow. And in the meantime, I want to wish you a happy Christmas and a happy New Year. So bye, everybody. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. And we'll see you next time.